a decade or more ago, online anti-Semitism was websites. Online anti-Semitism was dealing with Jewwatch. Online anti-Semitism was dealing with websites spreading hate for real-world, far-right, usually hate groups. More recently, we have Islamist websites. Today, though, the real issue with online anti-Semitism is where the internet has its most use. The online anti-Semitism today is what I call anti-Semitism 2.0. Anti-Semitism 2.0 is anti-Semitism in Facebook, anti-Semitism in YouTube, anti-Semitism in MySpace, and issues and problems in places like Wikipedia.
So as opposed to anti-Semitism in a site which anyone would know is anti-Semitic, we're talking about anti-Semitism everywhere.
We're talking about anti-Semitism in the community. We're talking about anti-Semitism in the places where ideas are shared and spread. Facebook can make ideas go viral, campaigns that have run for marketing purposes, for companies, also for human rights movements, etc. A movement can go to millions of people very, very quickly. Anti-Semitism, part of its danger is the way it spreads, the way it can infect a society. It's a virus. Online, imagine what Hitler could have done if he had had Facebook.
Now, how do we fight this? Do we spread out good messages about Israel, positive messages about Judaism, or is there a way actually to battle these anti-Semitic messages?
We need to do both. We need to get rid of some of the hateful content. Content that is actually hateful on Facebook, on YouTube, etc. needs to be removed. Content that is spreading hate, content that is promoting terrorism, promoting genocide, needs to be removed. Content that is affecting people's hearts, making them feel that, Jews are subhuman, Jews are people that it's legitimate to attack, we must get rid of that. And the companies know they must get rid of that, but then we have issues like this year, Facebook decided, and I've got it written down here, Facebook changed their terms of use. In their terms of use, they used to say that things that were harmful, defamatory, abusive, inflammatory, vulgar, obscene, racially, ethnically, or otherwise objectionable are against their terms of service, and they will remove it. Facebook in 2009 removed all of these things from their terms of service. They are no longer banned. What they left was one statement that says content that is hateful. Content that is hateful is not accepted on Facebook. What they then said, in the same breath almost, was we've determined as a matter of policy that Holocaust denial is not hateful.
Was there any attempts to go against that decision?
There was some press coverage, mostly again not in the Jewish press. This was a technology issue. This was out in the blogs, in the technology media. The Jewish community didn't see what the big issue was. The issue here is a company that's owned largely by Jews, that has a large Jewish staff. Something's gone wrong with our Holocaust education. How can they come out and say that Holocaust denial is not hateful? And do they understand what that does to social values, to people's understanding, to the level of acceptability of Holocaust denial, and Holocaust trivialization? Facebook is now full of things that talk about the Gaza Holocaust. Okay, how can you deal with that if you can't even stop people saying the Holocaust didn't happen in the first place?
Really, throughout the Operation Cast Lead, the anti-terror operation in the Gaza Strip, we've heard that on YouTube. Videos that the IDF presented, just videos showing the weaponry that was attacked, were flagged and were taken off of YouTube. When something anti-Semitic is on YouTube, is it easy to get it off?
YouTube does a better job than a number of other platforms. There are ways of reporting it. But I'll give you one example. YouTube has a flaw in their system. This is why we need technology experts. My PhD is in computer science. Okay, I do deal with all this anti-Semitism stuff, and also to do with Israel security and other issues, but my academic background is as a technology specialist. YouTube allows you to report videos. It does not allow you to report users per se. I found a profile of a user, neo-Nazi. He's got lightning bolts in his profile, kill the Jews, kill the gypsies. I went to report it. There is absolutely no way of reporting this person because all the reporting mechanisms say, what is the address of the video you're reporting? You don't have a video? I'm sorry, you can't submit this form. I went on the forum and I posted something. That's the only place I could communicate with them. I posted something saying, I have a problem. I found a profile on YouTube with someone that is advocating murder and genocide. Where do I report this? I'm still waiting for them to get back to me, and it's been about 3 weeks.
Now, you are the director of the CIE project, the Community Internet Engagement Project. What can you tell us about that?
Okay, this is a new project. We officially launched the 1st of December. This is a project across the entire Australian Jewish community. It's based at the Zionist Federation of Australia, funded by the Pratt Foundation, and we're trying to increase the use of this technology, internet technology, across the entire Jewish community. We want to take the Jewish community online. We want to make them experts in how to use the technology, not just to combat anti-Semitism, but to connect the community with each other and with Israel.
Do you get sometimes responses like, what are you worried about? It's just the internet. It's all virtual. Are you trying also to wake up the Jews and say, this is real anti-Semitism?
For the last 5 years, that was where I started, just convincing people we had a problem. I spoke at the last Global Forum about 2 years ago, and I had some of the biggest players here coming up to me afterwards. They realized there was a problem. They realized how big it was. They didn't know what to do about it. This is the problem. I'm not aware of anyone else here at this forum that's doing active research from an IT perspective, not just from an anti-Semitism perspective, but from a technology perspective. I know you guys covered the issue with Google Earth, where there were those Nakba dots all over the map. That was my research that dealt with that. And we got that fixed, but we got that fixed based on technical arguments, not technical anti-Semitism arguments, but technical arguments about the way Google Earth works.